Level 1, the face that follows you home. The photo goes up at 7:42 a.m. Fresh print, glossy, neutral background. He's not smiling, not scowling, just staring into the camera like he doesn't know what's coming. Most wanted. Reward in bold. You don't react outwardly. No one does. This isn't television. But something settles in your chest. Because once a face goes on that wall, it doesn't leave quickly. You study his eyes longer than you should. You'll see them again later. Not in person. In your head. Level 2. The dismantling. You don't hunt a fugitive. You dismantle a life. You start with childhood. Where did he feel safe? Where did he run when he got in trouble at 16? Who did he call the first time he panicked? People don't reinvent themselves under pressure. They revert. You pull old case files, court transcripts, school disciplinary records, social media archives that most people forgot existed. You build timelines. Then you tear them apart. You're not looking for what he did. You're looking for who he becomes when he's afraid. That version of him is the one you're chasing. And to find it, you have to step inside it. That's where the line begins to blur. Level 3, the quiet knock. You knock on his mother's door. She opens it slowly. You introduce yourself. Her hands are shaking before you say anything. You explain the charges, the list, the reward. She says she hasn't spoken to him. You believe her. But belief doesn't change math. If he's desperate enough, he'll call her. And when he does, she'll watch protect him. And protection leaves footprints. You leave your card on the kitchen table. You've done this before. You know how it ends. She closes the door gently. You hear the lock click. It sounds final. It isn't. Level 4, the insomnia. You stop sleeping normally. You sleep in fragments. 2 hours, awake. Phone check. Nothing. You stare at the ceiling. You start running simulations in your head. If he heads west, he'll need fuel. If he heads south, he'll need help. If he tries to disappear internationally, he'll need documents. You replay his past interviews, the way he held eye contact, the way he avoided certain topics. You start thinking in his voice. That's the dangerous part. Because to catch him, you have to anticipate him. And anticipation means proximity psychologically. You wake up at 2:48 a.m. without an alarm. You check your phone. Still nothing. Your mind doesn't quiet down. Level 5, the shrinking world. His phone is dark. No signals, no pings. He thinks that's control, but he doesn't control everyone else. His cousin's location changes patterns suddenly. His former coworker withdraws large amounts of cash. An old friend deactivates social media overnight. Silence spreads in clusters. Clusters are visible. You don't chase, you log. You wait. Because patience outlives panic. You know something he doesn't. The longer he runs, the smaller his world becomes. He feels it as isolation. You see it as contraction. Level 6, the weight of visibility. The posters go up. Airports, federal buildings, online banners. His face is everywhere. The reward number makes people pay attention. You imagine what that does to him. He can't walk into a store without scanning faces. He can't trust a stranger. He can't relax. And sleep deprivation is a weapon. It warps judgment. It accelerates mistakes. You don't need him reckless. You just need him tired. Level 7, the moral drift. You've been inside his file for weeks now. Reading transcripts. Watching old footage. Listening to recorded calls. You begin to see him less as a headline and more as a pattern of decisions. There's a danger in that. Empathy creeps in quietly. You remind yourself of the charges, of the victims, of the weight behind that poster. Still, there are moments at 1 a.m. when you wonder, when did his life fracture? When did this become inevitable? You push the thought away because sympathy doesn't close cases. Precision does. Level 8, the crack in the wall. Month 2, a traffic stop, nervous driver. Wrong birth date by 1 digit. It's not him, it's his cousin. The cousin wasn't supposed to be in that state. Phone data reveals a new number. Burner, activated recently. Ping clusters near a rural rental property. Cash, deposit. Utilities under false documentation. You don't move immediately. You've learned this lesson before. Excitement clouds judgment. You verify, cross-check. Wait for pattern repetition, and then it happens. Movement inside at 3 a.m. Thermal signature confirms occupancy. You feel it, now, gravity. Level 9, the waiting car. You sit 2 blocks away. Engine off, radio low. You watch the house. It looks ordinary. Most places do. You imagine him inside. Is he pacing? Is he watching the same window you are? Does he feel the walls closing in? You wonder if he thinks about you. He doesn't know your name, but he knows someone is closing in. The thought lingers. You're both awake. You're both waiting. Only one of you is running. Level 10, the breach. 3:17 a.m. Visual confirmation. Your pulse doesn't spike. It narrows. Everything simplifies. Perimeter set. Entry team moves. The door gives way. Voices echo. Commands shouted. It ends quickly. Most manhunts do. He's on the ground. Cuffed. Breathing hard. You step inside. He looks smaller than the poster. Less defiant. More exhausted. His eyes meet yours for a second. There's no dramatic exchange. Just recognition. The chase collapses into silence. The cuffs click shut. The sound stays with you longer than you expect. Level 11, the hollow quiet. The website updates, captured. Media cycles the story. Then forgets it. You don't. You go home that night and sit in the dark, longer than usual. The board at work is empty now. Your mind isn't. You spent months carrying his paranoia. Now there's nothing to carry. Just quiet. You thought relief would feel bigger. It doesn't. It feels like subtraction. A week later, another photo goes up. Different name. Different face. Same glossy paper. You stare at it. The cycle begins again. People think this job is about adrenaline. It's not. It's about erosion. You step inside someone's worst decisions long enough, it leaves residue. You learn to live with it. Because somewhere tonight, another fugitive is staring at his own face online. Heart racing. Breathing shallow. Faking he can outlast the system. Not realizing. The system isn't loud. It's patient. And patience always waits longer than panic.